like to make this very clear to everyone. M. Night Shyamalan did not direct this movie. This movie is directed by Ishana Shyamalan, his daughter. So everyone going in thinking, ooh, an M. Night kind of movie. Ooh, I'm excited to see his twist. No. Give credit where credit is due. It is his daughter's movie, and it's her first time directing, so I knew that going in, and so should you. The Watcher stars Dakota Fanning. Is about a young artist gets stranded in the forest of Western Ireland. After finding shelter, she becomes trapped alongside 3 strangers stalked by mysterious creatures. From Ishana Shyamalan, her directorial debut comes The Watchers. Now, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I was intrigued. I was definitely intrigued because obviously M. Night Shyamalan is a very famous director, and now his daughter is directing her first movie, and so it was very intriguing to see where she would go, what she would want to do with her career, and it's really awesome that she's going into film. I bet he is so happy and proud of her right now. But going in this movie, I was intrigued from the trailers alone. I was like, that looks creepy. That looks different. I'm intrigued on this movie. And coming out of this movie, I'm very perplexed, honestly, because there is good in this movie, but I have some issues that really pull this movie down. But of course, we're going to begin with the positives. First things first, Ishana Shyamalan for sure has an eye behind the camera. This movie looks beautiful, man. I mean, wow. The cinematography is gorgeous. The lighting, the color grading, my goodness. The sound mixing, the sound design, the musical score is underrated because, man, that was awesome. I loved the score. It really impacted scenes in the most dramatic way, in the most intense way, and I was fully invested in certain scenes because of the score. And it all has become due to Ishana Shyamalan. She is the director of this movie. She obviously drives the tone of this movie, the story, the characters, and I think for her first time, she did a very good job. And I can't wait to see what she does next, especially because this movie, again, I have issues, but with her direction, I feel like she definitely has talent, and she definitely shows it on screen. And with her actors, every actor in this movie does a very good job. I think Dakota Fanning, for sure, is like a solid star, in my opinion. And in this movie, she continues to show that she is just one of those actresses that came from such a young childhood stardom, and growing up now, we only see her as like a little girl. But she's great in this movie. She's very good. I think all the other actors, which is only 4 actors in this movie, all of them are really good. The one girl is from Barbarian. I think everyone did a very good job. I love the production design. I love like the first 30 minutes of this movie. Like, I was into it. I was like, all right, this is intriguing. I want to see what's going to happen. We got some interesting character development. Then there comes a point. There comes a point in this movie where something is revealed, and I'm like, okay, so is this movie going to go this route? And it definitely does. And it kind of goes over the top a little bit without spoiling it. And I think the ending and third act ruin this movie. I hate saying that too, because again, I was into this movie. I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. I'm liking where the story's going. Something's revealed, and then from that point forward, everything changes. And to me, it becomes super predictable, and then it becomes super uninteresting. And then what they do with this plot point completely goes overboard, in my opinion, and completely changes tonal shifts of the ending of this movie, and makes you look at the beginning and says, you had good build up, and you had good stuff going for you, but then everything changed. Now, like I said, it's based off a book, and I saw that Ishana did write this movie. It was like written for the screen, so she probably made some changes, whatever, and there probably was stuff in the book she probably couldn't film, or stuff that she wanted to change. That's totally fair for an adaptation for a movie. But in my opinion, this ending just felt so out of pocket. It felt so out of placement. Like, it took the tone and made it wacky a little bit, if I can say that. Like, it felt kind of cheesy and stupid, but I don't want to use the word stupid because, again, the movie's filmed amazingly. Throughout the entire movie, it looks great. But once something is revealed, I'm like, okay, so that's going to be that. And the movie's going to end here. And then it doesn't end here. Like, there was a point I was like, all right, it's going to end here. We're going to do this reveal, and it's going to end here. No. Then it keeps going. I'm like, oh, like what? And then like I'm like, where are we going? And then when I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I'm not liking what's happening. And then it ends. I'm like, and then I walk away disappointed because, again, I think this movie is a very mixed bag in my opinion. I think there's a very good movie in here somewhere, but I think the script damages the shit out of it. And another big thing about this movie, and I don't like it because I do this in my short films. I'm trying to learn how to be better at this. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that you could visually tell a story, but the characters say stuff and are like, this is how I'm feeling. This is this character motivation. And I'm like, we don't need you to tablespoon us. You can just show us and we can figure something out. But I will say there's like a plot point in the very beginning of this movie with Dakota Fanning. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Never comes back. I'm like, what was the point in that? Was it because of this theme? But like, it didn't connect really well. Again, my big issue is this script. I will say, Ishana Shyamalan, these actors, the production team made a great looking movie, sounding movie, but I think the story and how it ends is very much just, I think, ruins the overall experience. Again, I've not read the book, so maybe the book is this way. I don't know. But in the end, very disappointed. I'm going to give The Watchers a C-. Now, I implore you, if you want to see this movie, go and see it in a movie theater and give your own opinion. I would love to hear it down below because I could maybe see people like really liking this movie and maybe they dig the ending because I just didn't. I just did not dig the ending, but maybe you might. So don't go just by my opinion. Go see the movie and I would like to know your opinions on this movie. And if you read the book, I really want to know, was the book the same as the ending as this movie? I really want to know that. And you guys go to this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.